Hi, welcome to Moving Minds, a new podcast with Hull Trains, presented by me, Gemma. And if you don't know who I am, that's fine. It's okay. I'm here to tell you. I am an actress. You might have seen me on Emmerdale, Coronation Street, Holby City, to name a few. Also, I am a radio presenter for BBC Radio York and BBC Radio Humberside. I am also Hull and proud, born and bred. Now, I love a good natter. Do you? This is what today is all about. Having conversations on the move, especially around mental health. And today, I have, maybe not on the train because he is a very busy man, i.e. he's won a gold Olympic medal. He has won a European Championship. He's also the Metro Mayor, the first ever Metro Mayor of Hull and East Yorkshire. Yes, the one and only Luke Campbell is coming to talk to me in the Hull Train studio today. So get a brew and then pop your earphones in or get that YouTube up. I want to rewind a little bit.
Okay.
So the first time that I met you, and you might not remember this, we were travelling down to London on Hull Trains because we were going to the British Soap Awards, and you were in first class in the kitchen, and you'd asked the ladies on board to heat up your tea. Do you remember that? Probably not.
I do remember being on the train.
It was a bit of a whirlwind time for you though, because it was just after the Olympics, and you'd been invited. I think you didn't present an award, but you'd been invited.
I got invited to everything.
You got invited.
Yeah.
Right. So
and I
hang
look
on a
back
minute.
now.
Talk to me about that.
I look back now and I just think, wow, I turned a lot down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did I turn that one down?
Yeah, but there must have been so much. Like you must have been on a complete adrenaline, rush through everything that had been leading up to winning that Olympic gold. Because if anybody listening who doesn't know, Luke is also an Olympic gold medalist, as well as being the Lord Mayor for Hull and East Yorkshire, which we'll get to.
Metro Mayor.
Metro Mayor,
Yeah,
I love
not
that.
a Lord Mayor.
Oh.
Lord Mayor's chain and gowns. So let's just address everything. There's no chain and gowns for me.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Aww.
I wanted a chain.
So what's the Metro about then?
Metro Mayor, they oversee the strategic piece for the region.
Right.
So which is transport, it's skills, it's housing, it's investment.
Yeah.
And health's coming into that through the devolution. Health then falls into the region where the mayors have scope in doing things a little bit differently and having a little bit more control in health.
Oh, amazing. Well, okay, so let's rewind a little bit then. So before Metro Mayor.
Yes.
Luke Campbell, gold medalist for the Olympics. And at that time, so I met you for the first time on the train going to the British Soap Awards. And you and I were in quite a similar position in terms of this was all very new, because I had been nominated for British Soap Award newcomer. So my life had kind of changed overnight. And I always felt an affiliation with you because I feel like your life kind of changed overnight as well. Am I wrong in that? That's an assumption.
No, you're right. Changed massively. But for me, I'd done the same thing my whole life up until that point. So I'd done nothing different, but obviously just won the biggest tournament in the world. But
you say that's just the biggest tournament in the world.
It was another tournament for me. It wasn't another tournament. It was obviously a very special tournament, but it was the same sort of thing that I'd been doing for years and years.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, then everybody knew who I was, where I was, what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I'm quite, I don't know, I put myself back in the limelight, but I actually don't like the limelight,
quite
if I'm
introverted.
honest. Yeah, I don't like to make a show. I like to, if I walk into a busy room, I'd rather walk through, and round the sides to get where I need to be to get to the back instead of through the middle. I like to be low key. I don't know why I put myself back in the limelight, but so I really struggled to adapt actually.
Because you had a golden phone box from K-Com, and you had
the letterbox down Hazel Road.
Yeah, but did you also not have a pound coin or something, or a bank?
I had stamps.
Stamps, that was it.
Yeah, Royal Mail stamps. Yeah.
I mean, how crazy is that?
Yeah. Oh, it was mental. I mean, it was the best Olympics I could have ever have qualified and gone to. and win.
So how did you deal with like wanting to go around the back door when you are everywhere? You're on a stamp, you are a telephone box, a Royal Mail box. Like, how has that impacted you at the time? Can you remember?
Yeah, I mean, it was, you know, I think as human beings, we all struggle in adapting, and it don't come easy. It comes easier to some more than others because they might have to do this once or twice. But yeah, adapting's not easy. And I struggled for the first 9 months to a year.
After that win?
Yeah, after that, yeah, I struggled. Family life and being busy all the time, and then obviously the TV show that I did, and then going professional and stuff. But you know,
when you say the TV show that you did, some people might not know what.
Oh, sorry, I was Dancing on Ice. I did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, from someone that's always kept himself to himself, always kept his business to himself, and sort of being low key, no one knew who I was or anything, and then all of a sudden, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took some time to adapt.
I really resonate with what you just said about how adapting to things and adapting to change can be so hard, because I've had that throughout my life, and it's been one of the things that mentally I've always really, really struggled with. Like, I don't know if there's a neurodivergent spectrum with that comes with me that I've not explored yet, but I always remember vividly, if I had a plan, that was the plan. And then if somebody changed that plan, whether it be the direction we walk somewhere or, I don't know, like a change to a dinner plan, or like, I would have the biggest panic attack. Like, so I completely understand, like, it might not have been on that scale for you, I don't know, but I do get how it feels to sort of like have to change and adapt to a certain way of living and then just be thrust out there. Did you get any support and guidance with that?
No, not really. Nothing. But it was like walking down the street, walking into a restaurant.
Yeah.
I could see people talking to their friends, you know, about me, or someone nodding someone's ear, oh, that's Luke, or I developed switching off from it, if I'm honest. The second I'd look someone in the eye is when I'd know that, you know, and then I stopped sort of doing it, really. I stopped looking at people in the eye and started walking with my head down. Not because I didn't want anyone to approach me, because I've always been very welcoming.
Yeah.
You know, I've never turned anyone down if someone's come up and said, "Oh, I love your boxing. Can we have a picture?" or anything. I've always been very welcoming, but just, I guess, shy in myself.
Yeah. So like mentally from that huge high and that huge win, you say you struggled for like 10, 12 months. Did you manage to sort of get yourself out of that, or did it continue? Like, I don't suppose life was ever the same again, really.
No, it wasn't. You know, it was always changing. And then I was obviously into the professional boxing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess what was different is then, you know, 12 months later, I was putting myself back in training camps.
Right.
So I was very isolated.
Yeah.
You know, my whole life I've been isolated on my own.
Yeah.
In training camps, eat, train, sleep, constant repeat.
Yeah.
Being isolated somewhere. You know, so I went back into that environment, back in training camps.
Because I remember, did you box at Hull KR, or am I making that up?
No, I boxed a couple of times, 2 or 3 times.
Was it 2016 in my head? I came to one of your boxing...
I had the debut. My debut was there in 2013, I think.
Or maybe it was that one. I think it might have been that one.
I sold
after
about
the Olympics,
10,000 tickets in my debut.
That's the one that I went to with my dad, right? And I remember sitting there with Dad, feeling like this was a circus. Like, it was so intense. Yeah. I just remember thinking, how the hell is Luke?
Kell Brook was on my undercard, and I was the main event in my first fight.
That is...
It's crazy.
And you won that, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, it lasted 60 seconds.
Yeah. It was a quick...
So it was a quick win.
Quick one for you. But like...
You'll get paid for overtime in boxing.
No. Get the job done.
Yeah.
But I do remember being there with Dad and going, oh my goodness, how is he Because like being an actress on the telly like I was at the time, you know that millions of people are watching you, but you don't see it. Like it's not in real time. It's not like the pressure to perform there and now. Whereas what you had to do on that stage.
Yeah. You're just locked in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're just locked in. You're locked in from the noise and you just focus. That's your objectives. That's your target.
Yeah.
That's what I need to focus my mind on. You know, I've got tactics I need to do, so my focus is that alone.
So in terms of all of those skills that you've learned through your boxing, talk to me, if you don't mind, about this whole career switch.
Yeah.
Like what on earth?
Change is difficult, right?
Change is difficult, but you've just gone, well, do you know what? Let's just do it on the most mammoth scale possible.
I know.
Going from Olympic gold medalist, well, actually going from just like normal Luke, cool hand Luke, as you used to get called, to winning your gold medal, to then dealing with that, 3 kids, wife, family life, trying to like, and then just sort of going, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to try and get into politics. Like, talk to me about, I mean, I'm sure it's not as trivial as I put it. Please don't think I'm doing it.
It was all last minute. Nothing was planned.
What?
No, nothing was planned. I didn't wake up one morning thinking, oh, this is what I want to be. Or had any sights of getting into politics. There was no secret. I've always been open. Like I'm brand new to politics. Never been involved in politics, but want the politics that I wanted to do. It was that support when you was coming to see me fight that I thought during my career I had so much backing from my city, from the region, and I just thought I had that one moment, that one little idea that came to me saying, wouldn't it be good that if you give back to your community?
Yeah.
You know, I've been involved in communities my whole life, you know, packing people's bag as they're raising money for trips, involved in charities, fundraisers, always been involved in the community. And I just had that one little moment thinking, you could give back to the community, you know, you could stand up for them, you could give them a voice, make sure that they're included in the decision making, what's going on where they live. And it was that bit, that just thought, let's give it a go.
Because I suppose, like, there is a lot of people in our community who are very passionate about politics, and rightly so, but there's a hell of a lot of people who don't understand and aren't educated about their options and about voting, and I'm talking about like the younger generations, but even myself, like it was my dad who sort of encouraged me to be curious and to learn, but I don't think I would have done that without him telling me. So I guess
no one teaches you.
Exactly.
Like, I think it should be like, I think it's important for kids to understand the way our country's being run, and you know, the economic side of strategy for growth for businesses, because we're fitting in somewhere into that system once we leave school. So it really baffles me how in the education that they don't talk about it. You know, and I just feel like it should be taught in school, you know, what parties, what policies, you know,
because then
how the country is ran, what our country is doing, where it's going, you know, and how the rest of the world works and fits in. And it's, you know, you only sort of get involved in politics when it starts affecting you. You know, that's the truth of it. And I've never been involved in that really. Always been very isolated in my boxing. Ran my own businesses, still do.
So what are you learning since you've come into appointment of Metro Mayor?
For the
like
region.
how are you? Where's your education coming from on that side of things to be able to make informed decisions like about the community and stuff? Where does that come from?
What's real funny is that every time it doesn't work, it's because politics has got in the way of it.
Okay.
So I'm clearly the least political out of all the mayors. Out of all the politicians sat round the table. And just rewinding back a second, like I've gone into this new role now, and it's like for the last 14 years, I've been in the limelight through my boxing career.
Yeah.
It's like, what do people know about me? Nothing but being a boxer, which I kind of think I've done a good job there.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't show
No,
them what
you
my
have.
lifestyle's like. I don't show them where I live. I don't show them what I've got, materialistics,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I didn't want to go down that path like a lot of them, but I just kept myself to myself. So I kind of thought it was good that they only knew I was a boxer.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Yeah,
They didn't know I run my own businesses or what I'm up to and what I'm doing, which was interesting to actually understand.
So what's it been like now? I'm really conscious of the fact that like I don't want to talk to you today just about politics, because that's not something I'm informed on.
Yeah.
And also this podcast isn't about that as well. It's about you as a human being, as Luke. And one thing, and you don't have to answer this, like, it's absolutely fine, but one thing that does frustrate me and upset me from an outsider's point of view is that Luke Campbell MBE, Olympic gold medalist, then goes into this arena where he is appointed the Metro Mayor of Hull and East Yorkshire. And then all of a sudden, you're getting all of these people giving you abuse and hell.
Yeah.
And it isn't nice.
No.
And I read it and I don't know why I'm getting upset. It takes me back to a time where I've been there, and you have all of these people who are like saying things about you, like some of the forums that used to get set up about the way I looked, about my skin colour, about the size of my bloody chin, like I can't do out about it, it's like a Kirk Douglas chin, like I'm sorry, about my acting, all of that, and just got ripped to shreds. And you never had that.
So can I come in on that?
Yeah.
So you're a beautiful person in and out. You believe that, right? Why are you handing over the power to that person over there that's never contributed anything in your life? You're giving them the power over your own emotions. Why? Why?
I don't know why
See,
I did.
this is what we should be learning as kids in school. How do we control our own emotions?
And is that how you control what you face
listen,
at the moment?
It's. I mean, what I've discovered online is the whingers are always going to whinge. The whingers are going to whine. You know.
Yeah.
All I've got to keep doing is putting positive things out and making a difference to everybody, even the ones that whinge about me. Hey, listen, I'm going to try and make a difference, and you're in that as well. So you want to keep whinging, you want to keep whining. It's always the same negative bunch. They're going to keep doing that regardless. You know. And what is social media? It's a platform to be judgmental. That's all it is. You know, it's a platform to sell products, to show off what people's got, and just to be judgmental. So it's not reality, but perception becomes reality, right?
Yeah.
So, but for me, it's like Dave or Sarah that's slagging me off for no reason whatsoever, or in their mind, they might have a strong opinion about me or whatever else, but you're not affecting me.
Yeah.
You've contributed nothing to my life. All the hard work I've done, I've made them sacrifices. So I'm not going to let someone who I've never met upset me or make me feel bad about myself for trying to step up and deliver something for our community. Because that's the only thing I want to do.
Yeah.
Is to live. But like, I would love to change education in schooling system. We should be doing an exam at the end of school about what's a negative thought, what's a positive thought, how can we control our own emotions.
How have you gone from like that 10, 12 month period where you do admit that you struggled with your mental health to how your mindset is now? Is that like through therapy or self-growth or self-help, or like how have you, for anybody listening, to go from that, which I get because I've been there, to where we both are now? Like,
I've gone from looking at comments, getting angry at the person that's made that comment or upsetting myself, to looking at a comment and just laughing.
Yeah.
I just laugh.
I often use my evidence part as well.
One of them was prime example, right? I was reading a comment the other day. someone said, because obviously in politics now, everyone's just trying to pull each other apart. It's like, let's work together. Yeah. I'm happy to give you, I don't want the credit for anything, by the way, but if we can deliver for this region, let's do that. You can have the credit. I'm not interested. I've had my glory in my career. I don't want any more. I just want to deliver. The first thing I did is I set £1 million aside for a community fund to make our neighbourhoods and communities a better place. Whether we're backing someone's idea, whether we're helping charities, whether we're giving funds to community halls that help with isolation with the older people so they're not lonely, which is a great example of what we've already done.
Yeah.
And someone's pulling it apart, and then someone wrote in the comments saying, "Oh yeah, he's put £1 million aside, but what is it he's really done?" And I just you just can't please everybody.
No, you're right.
So the second you stop trying to please everybody, you will be better off as a person if that's what your mission is trying to do. Because I'm not going to please everybody, but what I want to do is keep putting positive things out there all the time. Whatever opinion you've got on me, I'm just going to keep putting positive things out there. And bear in mind, there's a lot of positive things out there as well. Let's be honest. There was over 56,000 people that voted me in.
Yeah.
The closest professional politician behind me was 11,000 votes behind. It was a landslide win. So there is support there. A lot of the people that support just might feel like they don't want to comment. Mm-hmm. And I'm one of them people. I have never, ever commented on social media. I've never in my life commented a negative thought on anybody on social media.
Yeah.
So is that comment reflecting me? Or is it reflecting the person that wrote the comment?
Yeah. One of my best friends said to me recently, those that mind don't matter and those that matter don't mind. And that really that really
and
stuck with me.
And the ones that whinge will whinge and the ones that do will do.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
And it's funny, I didn't even think of it, but like you say, the thing is, if somebody does put their head above the parapet and support something that everybody's getting on the bandwagon about pulling apart, that person is then going to get the same as what the person in question is. Do you know what I mean? If let's say Greg, Gary, Pam, Rose are all saying horrible things. It's maybe Sally who wants to say something positive, but you know that if she writes that positive thing, Greg, Gary, Pam, they're all going to pag on as well. So it's you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, in a way.
But here's a question. Can I control what they write?
No. You can't control the uncontrollables.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't control what they write.
No.
So why do I feel like I have power if I don't like their comment? I can't control that.
Yeah. But also away from that, Luke, your family and your time, how do you protect it at the moment for your well-being and your mental health as it is right now? I know you sat there saying, I'm not letting these affect me and this, that and the other, but how do you take time out to look after you as well?
Family time.
Yeah.
Family time, friends, delivering.
I'll tell you what I do want to ask you. A few quick fire questions about being. I know we're not on a train right now, but to wrap up our little podcast,
right?
Some quick fire questions. Okay. So train etiquette. Feet on seats, yes or no?
No.
Not even with a blanket on or a coat?
Well.
I'm only joking.
If you're going to do that, then
I've already said I am a shoes off. Ask the train manager in charge and see if I can put a blanket down. And he said yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
As long as the socks are clean.
Right.
Although I did try and
you
show
don't have smelly feet.
Yeah, these were a bit.
Fine.
There was a bit smelly. Second question. Sharing sweets with a stranger.
Sure.
Yeah. Would you give away your favourite licorice also or jelly baby?
Sure.
Luke, I like this. Well done. I'm sitting next to you on the next train. Third one. Bringing on smelly food to a train, a yes or a no?
Depends how tasty it is.
Okay, I like that. There's an in-between balance. You can feel happy for the person if they've got a whop-off Big Mac, but not happy for them if they've got a soggy pasty.
Yeah, I'm in Big Mac. But McDonald's stinks, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it afterwards.
I ain't at McDonald's for about 10 years.
Okay, moving on. And final quick fire train
You're asking the wrong person.
No, I love it. Everyone's being totally random and different, and I'm realising how bad I am on a train, even though I'm always on the train. The last one was somebody's playing their music really loud and they haven't got their earphones in. Do you politely tell them to turn it down, or do you leave them to it?
Depends if it's a good song.
You're the second person that said that.
Also depends if it's interrupting or stopping me from, if I'm on a phone call and that's a little bit loud, actually, I would ask politely, saying, "Oh, I'm just on the phone. Would you mind for a minute?"
I get that.
But if it's not disrupting me in any way or form, let them be.
Yeah. Join in karaoke style.
I'm a terrible singer.
Oh, do you know what? If somebody was playing,
depends how many drinks I've had.
Yeah. If somebody was playing Take That very loud, it would not take me more than a sip of wine.
Right, okay.
To be singing with them. Luke Campbell MBE, the Metro Mayor of Hull and East Yorkshire, Olympian and Hull lad, through and through. Thank you.
What do we do at the end? Choo choo.
Choo choo.
You gotta do it.